My husband, 33 male, tricked me, 28 female, into taking in his love child, 2 female. I'm blindsided and heartbroken. My husband and I have been together for 7 years and married for 3. He recently came home with a toddler and claimed it was his cousin's secret child, and we had to watch her for a few days until his wife calmed down and they could get the stuff they needed for her. He said it would be a good practice for us for when our little one arrived. I thought this was weird, but his cousin sent me a text verifying his story, and he wasn't going to throw a toddler out, so I just went along with it. Besides, we already had our nursery set up, so we had a space for her. Well, a few days turned into a week turned into 2, and 2 turned into a month. I'm currently 8 months and could pop at any moment, so we need our nursery back. I finally sat my husband down and told him he had to get his cousin to come pick up his daughter up because we would need the nursery soon. He kept insisting they just needed another week or 2, but he was acting weird and I had a bad feeling. I asked him if there was something he wasn't telling me, and he denied. Until I told him this was his one chance to tell me the truth, and if it came out later, I would divorce him immediately. He admitted he had cheated on me, and the little girl is this from a ONS. Her mother recently passed away, and he was contacted to take custody, or she would have been put into foster care. He said he couldn't do that to her. He kept saying he was sorry, and it meant nothing. I just sat there feeling numbed. He said he wants us to raise her together as our little girl, and since our baby is a boy, this was perfect because we could get the best of both worlds. I'm currently staying at my sister's, and I just feel so numb. I keep expecting the tears to come, and they haven't. My husband keeps texting me, begging me to come home. He says he needs me and he can't do this by himself, and he loves me more than anything. That's obviously a lie. He wouldn't have done this to me if he loved me. I just don't know what the hell I'm going to do. This is such a mess. What do I do now?
Your husband should have come clean. That he cheated on you around the time you got married, your husband should have come clean. When he found out he got her pregnant, your husband should have come clean. When the mom died, your husband should have come clean. When he decided to take in his daughter, he only confessed when you had him cornered and he had no way to slide out of it. As long as you were accepting, he wasn't going to come clean. Is that someone you could reasonably trust again? Is that someone you want to raise your kid with? It would have been one thing if he came and told you, but he waited until he was out of options and you weren't going to back down. I am so sorry this happened, and this all came out so close to you being due. I think you owe it to yourself to give yourself some self-respect and walk away at least for a while, and clear your head, and do not let baby on the way affect your decision other than, do I want my baby viewing this guy as a role model, as to how they should treat women? So he cheated right around the time you got married. Nah, his child is his problem, as well as the child support he's going to owe you. Edit. Someone gave me an award just to tell me that I am trash for saying this cheater will owe child support. I accept your award. Sincerely, human trash. File for divorce. He was selfish when he cheated. Selfish when he evidently abandoned the affair partner and child. Selfish when he literally tried to scam you into raising his affair child. Selfish when he's now trying to guilt you into raising that child. Basically, your husband does not have a single unselfish thought in his head and never will. You deserve better, and so does your son. I'd say divorce him. I believe he's only begging you and claiming to love you so much because he's freaked out by the idea of raising a toddler alone. He only wants you to stay to take care of his daughter because he knows he won't manage. Obviously, if he cared and loved you so much, he wouldn't have cheated and lied the whole time. You need to be with someone who respects. And don't feel guilty about the daughter. It's definitely sad what happened to her, but it's also unfair for you to be put in this position. I hope you and your baby are doing okay. You and the baby you are carrying are your first priority. That's not selfish. That's not heartless. That is fact. You need not feel a second of guilt for putting yourself and your baby first. You're in shock, rightfully so. His child by ons and all of this are his consequences. As an adult and the father of this child, it's all his responsibility. You need to lean on your support system and look into ways to protect and take care of yourself legally. I would hit up r/legal advice and keep documentation of the horrendous lies he's told you. This is a red flag minefield that just blew up and maimed everyone. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, especially at 8 months pregnant. Lean on your family. Look into legal representation to protect yourself and your child, even if you're unsure how things are going to play out. Protect yourself and your child for every scenario. This is heart-stoppingly shocking. Focus on the birth of your baby first. Make no decisions when tired and hormonal. Tell husband to step back for several months if needs be. You then need to discuss his cheating around the time of the wedding, the hidden pregnancy, the 2 years of lying by omission that he had a child, the deception of getting family to lie while hoping you become attached to his child. You will also need to find out who else is involved with his lies. The cousin surely knows, do his parents and siblings. It's important that you know who can be trusted going forward. Good luck with your decision. No matter what you choose, it's going to be difficult for you. In my opinion, I think you're handling this exactly how I would. The only thing now is to focus on your health and the baby's health. I think he's doing the right thing by taking her in, but he shouldn't have hidden that kind of secret from you, and he definitely shouldn't have cheated on you. If you feel like maybe you'll be able to go back to him, you can think about couples counseling, but know that you have no obligation to go back to him. He screwed up, had a child, hid it from you, and then lied to your face. Most people wouldn't be able to fix a relationship that had such a big break like that, and it's 100% okay if you feel like you can't get back with him. He's the one at fault here. Keeping you and the baby safe and healthy should be your main priority right now. You're doing your best, and you're handling it much better than a lot of people. I wish you and your little one the best. Very curious if he's been paying child support over the last 3 years. Visitation with a kid over the last 3 years. It seems like there's been an ongoing pattern of deception at many levels. He's been sending money to her mother and lying to you about where the money is going / he's been visiting her and lying to you about where he's going. My heart goes out to that little girl. She didn't choose her parents, and she lost her mother far too young. She's set up for a tough childhood. However, that doesn't mean you need to be a martyr and try to be her new mother. It's incredibly insensitive and unempathetic for him to even suggest that. WTF. Divorce, divorce, divorce. You can't change the fact that you are having a baby with this rot, but you sure as hell don't have to have him as a life partner. He is obviously trash at that in all the worst possible ways. Zero regrets. Lied to you to get you to do what he wanted. He doesn't love you at all. He loves the love you gave him, and the love his mistress gave him, and the love his daughter gives him. You need to remove yourself from the equation, because love rats like that just keep looking for love. It's never enough.